originally, I started going to Lakewood. I was just a member, and so then I got, I joined the media team. So I've been to in my lifetime, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 churches. In all those 4 or 5 churches, I think out of those 5 churches, 4 of them I was in the part of the media team. So at Lakewood, I started off. I was a grip and a cameraman. I did 2 services Sunday. So they have like a 8. I think it's an 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. Service. So I would do that, and then we'll walk across the street to like this little cafe they used to have, and we'll eat breakfast, and then we'll come back for the 11 o'clock service. The 11 o'clock service is like the main service, so that's really the busiest service. It's literally the same thing from 8:30 service, but if you don't want to go to the 11 o'clock where it's a lot more people, it'll be like the 8:30 service. And on camera, they would always make it seem like it's extremely packed, but it's never full. So the only time it's at full capacity is on Christmas and Easter. That's the only time it's at full capacity when that. So you'll have people on the second level, but it's not even halfway full, not even a quarter full on the second level. Even the first level isn't completely all the way full on most services, but they just make it look like that on camera. Then after that, they would have Spanish service. I think I only did Spanish service on Sunday maybe twice, because I'm already tired after doing the first service and then the second. Then here comes on Monday. So they had started Monday night Bible service years ago. I forgot exactly when, but I was cameraman for Bible study, and that was where like the stationary cameras and stuff. So we'll do that, and Bible study is typically like an hour long or so. Now Joel Osteen, he's never did Bible study, but it would always be different pastors and stuff at Lakewood that would do Bible study. Sometimes his brother did, Bible study. So in there, it was in a sanctuary. It was like on the third or fourth floor. I think the third floor in there. And then they would always have coffee for people. So during Bible study, it would normally probably have maybe, I guess, about 100 people, 100, maybe 200 people in the Bible study. Then Wednesday, I would do Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights, I would be either a grip or sometimes I would be a cameraman during Wednesday when they had Wednesday nights, because they had stopped for a while the COVID, and I think they just opened up Wednesday nights again the top of this year, I want to say, or December or so. They would have Wednesday nights. So Wednesday nights was getting packed, because John Gray used to preach on Wednesday nights. He used to do Wednesday nights a lot. But I would film Wednesday nights, and then Thursday nights I would help film Thursday nights or grip or whatever they need. Thursday nights was Spanish service. So Spanish service is on Thursday nights and on Sunday. Saturday, I would do Saturday night as well. And if it was around Easter time is when you're going to be tired, because not only you're doing Sunday, so you're doing 2 services on Sunday, 3 if you do Spanish service. Then, let's not forget, I used to do Sunday nights too. I only did that a couple of times because I was trying to get paid or so, and it was like, if you do Sunday night and we like, if they like, everything that you do, then you'll get paid. It used to be confusing, because I'm like, why do I have to do Sunday night if I'm already doing, Wednesday nights and Monday nights, whatever. So Sunday night, and then you'll do Monday night. Then I think they would have a service on Tuesday. I think it was a prayer service. I think Tuesday had a prayer service. I think during Easter time, I think Tuesday had a prayer service. I'm not 100% on it, but I know they had a prayer service one time on a Tuesday. Then you'll have Wednesday. Then you'll do Thursday, and then Friday you'll do Friday for I think was it Passover Friday. Then Saturday and then you have Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday is crazy packed. So it's a couple of times I've been there where it's just extremely packed. Like I said, I always Easter, Christmas. Easter was always number one. When Tyler Perry went there and he did a whole sermon, it was crazy packed when Tyler Perry's there. It was some crazy people because I remember doing his Tyler Perry sir. I didn't film, but I was a grip, so I was helping the cameraman like feed cable and stuff. And so we're going up through the aisles and stuff, and so the cameraman sitting there like filming people sit down as they watch. And so there'll be people on the side like I remember this lady. She was like, "Hey, come here." And I was like, "Oh, okay, like, what you want?" And so she had this little letter, and she's like, "Look, I'm trusting you to do this for me, but you have to give this to Tyler. I'm his biggest fan, and he needs to read this." I'm like, man, I'm not finna go give this letter to Tyler Perry. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You have to, please. He needs to see this. He's going to love me. And I'm like, we at church, like y'all, it's crazy. Another time too is when Kanye was there. When Kanye was there, it was crazy. It was so many people there because Kanye was there, and then he was married to Kim Kardashian at the time. And I saw him backstage. I could have got a picture with him. He asked me, if I wanted a picture. I wish I took it, but no, I didn't at the time. And that's when he was with his daughter, North. She was like a little girl and stuff back then. And the crazy part, she had ran into me. She was running backstage because it was a lot of media there. It was so much media there, like I haven't seen before, but it was so much media there. And she was running like in the back, and then she ran into me. I didn't even know who she was at first. And I was like, oh, this little kid running out there. And then that's when I saw Kim. And Kim had this long suit, like you could barely see Kim's hands. She had this long suit, and she didn't say anything. She was just going, just smiling. Like I don't know if Kanye wouldn't let her talk or what, but I didn't see Kim take an interview. I'm not gonna say that she didn't, but I didn't see Kim take any interviews. She didn't speak. She didn't say anything. She just was there, just smiling. I don't know if she was uncomfortable. I know she had to kind of feel a little discomfort because how Kanye had her dressed. I didn't hear her speak or anything.
To come for tonight's Sunday service, and when I heard he was coming, I said, man, you got to come on Sunday morning and at least say hello to the people. So here we feel blessed to have you, Kanye. Come here, we just some thoughts maybe.
I just knew that I was because he was gonna come back that night, and that's when he had Sunday service choir. He was gonna come back that night, and I just knew that I was gonna be able to get into that because I'm part of the media team, cameraman and everything. Nope, they said that none of the media team they would have to get the tickets online. Now the tickets online were free, but they had tickets because of capacity issues, so they have to make sure that they were on point with capacity because there was so many people trying to get in. I wasn't able to get inside because once they dropped tickets, those were like just gone like instantly. So I didn't go get to see that like that night. I had to watch on YouTube. But Lakewood will always have different celebrities and stuff come through. It'll be a little bit packed when TD Jakes used to go and preach there. He used to preach there like once a year or so. And then I was on the drama team. So I was a cameraman and I was on the drama team. And so I was so heavily involved doing it because a lot of times when we would leave, I remember after I made my audition, you have to go through this process. You have to go online, and they'll email you, and you have to do these tests. So you have to watch these videos on how to act around children, things that you can't do or can do, and if you see something, you have to, speak up about it and stuff like that. So you have to go through all that. They do a background check on you, like thorough background check. So once you pass the background check, then you go through and you take all these tests, and once you pass the test, you're able to perform. So we would, during the week, we would have rehearsals. I do not remember what day rehearsals were. Might have been a Thursday because that was Spanish service. I don't remember when we had rehearsals. I really don't. But we had rehearsals, and so we would get lines because Lakewood has kids' life. So with kids' life is on several different floors. So you got first, second, third, and fourth. Nothing's on the fifth because, of course, that's closed off. So kids' life, it'll tell you what age group that we're working with, and then they'll tell you what we're gonna do. So they'll have like some Bible story or some situation or so, and so we'll get our lines. They'll tell us what type of character and stuff we're playing. So we'll basically do that. After we would leave, we would always go to like a tapioca tea spot or something like that to just doing improv or just hang around with other actors.
Next, who's next for the interview? Who's next?
Look, I just got my PlayStation 6.
Yes, sir. He was next. Sir, come here. Yes, what is your name?
Yes, I actually have prior experience at this establishment.
Oh, so
We
you.
all do.
Well, you know what? We'll do a consecutive interview from all of you guys.
So we used to, and that was pretty fun. We used to do that. Mind you, Formula and Drama Team is unpaid, which I wasn't looking to get paid to, be an actor there. But I'm just, speaking on it. So we would do that, and it was such a blast, like, performing for the kids and just getting in different, costumes. And I remember I used to pitch to them so much, hey, we should, film this, put it on YouTube because we can spread it to the whole, around the world. A bunch of other kids can see it because you got PBS and Nickelodeon and all these things, so we can do these videos and other kids can, see the stuff that we do and the messages that we're trying to bring out. And I would just be like, oh yeah, well, we'll think about it. That sounds pretty cool. And then I remember one Sunday, I was in service, and then I seen this Kids Life video, and it was like on I don't know if they put it on YouTube or something, but I just remember they doing a video, and they didn't put me in the video at all. They didn't even use our drama team. I don't know who they used, but I was just like, wow, like I pitched this whole time. You could, I'm not trying to like take credit for it or anything, but I would at least thought that I would have been involved in the project, some way. I could have helped filmed it, or I could have been an actor in it, but that was just crazy to me. The drama team also performed for the marriage ministry, and I think the financial ministry once. But I know the marriage ministry because when I first started, those were like the first lines and stuff that I had got. And it was basically like this couple just going through a financial, hardship and how they were able to overcome it and stuff, So we did that. Going back to cameras, I would ask some people like, hey, how do y'all get paid and stuff, because I see y'all go out and once a month Lakewood would do I guess you could call it a show, but it would call it Night of Hope. So they'll do Night of Hope in some state or city. They'll go out there and basically like the band will play, and I think Joe will do a sermon or so. So a lot of the camera team would be out there, and so I was never like invited to any of those because those were paid. And so I would ask some of the media team, I was like, man, how, y'all get paid? He's like, yeah, I get paid. You know, Lakewood pays me. I'm like, well, how do I get on? Oh, I went through this agency, or I went through this. So I'm like, well, how do you get on? I'm like, they would never tell me. And I'm just like, this crazy. Why y'all didn't tell me? You know, somebody finally told me, hey, if you take the Lakewood internship program, after you finish, they might hire you. I'm like, oh, well, I'll do it. So when I was getting information, they said you had to do 50 hours a week. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. But you had to do 50 hours a week. And because I remember one of the guys, I've seen him start the internship. I seen him start the internship, and he was intern. So he was there a lot. He was there a lot more than me because he was there during the day. You know, mind you, I always come at night, like in the evening when the service or so happened, or Sunday mornings, whenever the service was happening. But he was there at Lakewood from Sunday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays, but he was there during the day. Like, it was a full-time job for him. And this other girl, they both had took the internship. So one day I see him pulling up, and he had this Audi. This was at Lakewood. He pulled up in this Audi, and he stepped out. I was like, bruh. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, you hired on? He's like, yeah. I was like, man, they must be paying you good. And he was like, oh, you know, it's a little something, you know, it's not much or whatever, but it's, nah, it gotta be something. You pulling up in the Audi. Like, come on, Audi, brand new. It's actually an Audi dealership not too far from the actual building of Lakewood, down 59. And I'm like, how much is he getting paid? I'm like, I know he getting paid well. Y'all can't compensate me for nothing. And the whole thing is, I've never gone to church to be a part of the media ministry or something looking for pay. My mom always said, you know, do this for the kingdom. But if I'm seeing some people getting paid, like, hey, y'all hook a brother up. You know, and I thought that would be cool to work for your church and get paid. So, especially some of the cameramen, I see some, they just work for 30 minutes and they good. And they go home, they get a check. So they gave me the internship paperwork, and the internship always starts around May. It always starts in May. So they're like, oh, we meet in this room or something like that if you want to do the internship. So I go into the room, it's like, oh yeah, I'm finna sign up. So they give me the packet. So I fill out the packet and stuff, and they told me, I believe it was like $1,500 to $2,500 to do the internship. $1,500 to $2,500 to do the internship. And I'm like, why do I have to pay? Can I get it? I've been volunteering all this time, and I still have to pay for this. It was like, yeah, we get a high volume of applicants, and this is kind of to weed out the rest. I'm like, okay, that's probably people who don't even go to the church. I still think it's crazy you charge for an internship, but hey, maybe you do get a extremely high volume. But I've been volunteering all this long, putting all these hours in, and I still have to pay. So it was like, yeah, they wouldn't waive it or anything. And I was like, I can't, even though at the time I wanted to do the internship, it was going to be difficult because how can I do this for 50 hours a week and then go and try to have a full-time, you know, job to, you know, support myself. At the time, I wasn't married at the time. And so I just passed on it. So for years I was just being a cameraman, and I liked the atmosphere. I got caught up in it because you go into this huge church and you see they have every single thing. You get to see all these celebrities. I remember when Russell Westbrook played for the Houston Rockets. He was there on the front row, you know, and I was allowed to sit on like the second or third row during like service if I wasn't on schedule. It's probably only one time that I got to sit on the front row. They don't let everybody sit on the front row. They got armed security. They have armed security there. These guys in suits with these little earpieces like FBI, and they're packing. They just look to make sure nothing goes on. That's what they do the entire service. They just look at the crowd. And you know, being able to just at the end of the service, being able to just to walk up stage and go back there, seeing all these celebrities I met Russell Westbrook, CeeLo Green. I met Tyler Perry. CC Winans. I think I met. I met all these different celebrities that would be there, and I guess I had got caught up in that. So I just kept volunteering, for free, just doing it for free, and I really loved Lakewood at the time. I would see stuff that they would do across the world, and because they would always show those videos during offering time, and I really thought that they were actually helping people. So I had my own experience, but yeah, they never paid me to be a cameraman, never paid me to be an actor, and didn't even help me when I reached out for help that one time. That's Lakewood Church.